Jambo had never been a problem. 4 years in that house, 4 years of sleeping at the foot of the bed, sitting by the back door when he needed out, tolerating Sarah's long shifts without complaint. When Caleb came home from the hospital, Jambo had sniffed the blanket they brought ahead of the baby, then walked to the nursery door and lay down in front of it. Sarah had taken a photo. That was 9 months ago. Caleb was sitting up on his own now, grabby, loud, delighted by everything. Jambo would lower his massive head to the baby's level and hold still while Caleb grabbed fistfuls of his ear. Then, one Tuesday afternoon, it stopped being that. She was folding laundry on the couch when Jambo walked in from the kitchen and stood over Caleb. Not beside him, over him. The baby was sitting on the playmat, batting at a plastic ring. Jambo put his nose 6 inches from Caleb's face and didn't move. No growl. No tail movement. Just that fixed, locked stare. 90 pounds of dog positioned directly above a 9-month-old, breathing into his face. Sarah set down the shirt she was folding. Jambo, off. He didn't move. She stood up, crossed the room, put her hand on his collar, and pulled him back 2 steps. He resisted, not aggressively, just with his weight. And when she released him, he walked straight back to the same position, nose to Caleb's face. Still, Caleb thought it was funny. He grabbed for Jambo's muzzle. Jambo didn't flinch, but something still wasn't right. She told herself it was resource guarding, the play mat, a new behavior triggered by Caleb's increasing mobility. She was an EMT. 8 years. She had worked with a dog trainer once on a call. A bite case, toddler Labrador. Family swore it had never happened before. It had been happening. They just hadn't seen it. The trainer had said, watch for fixed staring. Watch for positioning over a smaller animal or a child. Watch for behavior that has no apparent cause. She was watching all 3. She called Donna from next door. Donna came over, stood in the doorway, watched Jambo do it a second time, walked directly to Caleb the moment Sarah set him on the mat, nose down, locked in. Sarah. Donna said it quietly. That's not normal. I know. You can't leave them in the same room. I know. Every case she had ever seen where a dog hurt a child, every single one, the family had said they hadn't seen it coming. She had always thought you saw it. You just didn't want to believe it. She was not going to be that family. She moved Jambo to the laundry room. She unhooked his bed from the corner of the living room, carried it down the hall, set it inside the laundry room door, filled his water bowl, told him to stay. He stood at the laundry room door and stared at her as she pulled it closed. The baby monitor was on the kitchen counter. Caleb's nap was in 20 minutes. Sarah put him in the sleep sack, the white cotton one with the small elephants, and laid him in the crib and watched the monitor screen until his eyes closed. Jambo got through the laundry room door in 11 minutes. She heard the latch, an old lever handle, loose, and then the sound of his nails on the hardwood floor, fast. She was on her feet before she processed why. He was already in the nursery. The monitor showed it before she reached the door. The crib. Jambo with his front paws on the rail, head down, nose pressed directly to Caleb's mouth. Not moving, not making a sound. Caleb was still. Too still. Sarah hit the door frame going in. She grabbed Jambo by the collar with both hands and pulled him back. He came, but slowly, his nose dragging away from the baby's face like he was being pulled from something he was not finished with. She got between him and the crib and looked down at her son. Caleb's eyes were closed. His color was wrong. Not blue, not yet, but a flatness to his lips, a slackness in his jaw that she recognized from calls, pediatric calls, the ones she drove fast for. Her hand was already on the phone. Febrile seizure. Pre-ictal phase. Caleb's temperature had been climbing for hours. No visible symptoms. Nothing Sarah could have detected. His brain had begun misfiring before his body showed a single outward sign. Dr. Rachel Osei, pediatric emergency, county general, looked at Sarah when it was over. Caleb was stable. Caleb had not seized. The dog positioned himself at the airway, she said. He was detecting the neurological shift, breath chemistry, skin temperature. He was monitoring your son. Another 9 minutes and we would be having a very different conversation. Sarah sat on the nursery floor and went back through it. Jambo standing over Caleb on the playmat. Not aggression. A dog detecting a change and placing himself at the source of it. Jambo resisting when she pulled him back. Not defiance. An animal refusing to leave his post. Jambo getting through a closed door, crossing the house, pressing his nose to a sleeping infant's mouth. Not a threat. She opened the laundry room door. Jambo walked past her and went directly to the nursery. He stopped at the crib rail and looked up at Caleb, who was awake now, batting at the mobile. Caleb looked down, grabbed for his ear. Sarah stood in the doorway. "I'm sorry." He lay down beneath the crib, crossed his paws, and put his nose to the gap at the bottom. The collar tag clinked once against the hardwood floor, and then the room was quiet. Caleb's hand found the rail above him and held on. Jambo stayed where he was.